you will likely have noticed that the Cape Doctor has been extremely persistent this summer. And while we're used to having the presence of the southeaster in Cape Town, it's been blowing a little stronger and a little bit longer over the last while. And it's all because of a high pressure system in the South Atlantic. But this is also linked to reduced winter rainfall. Could the strong southeaster in summer have any links to what meteorologists are saying could be a drier than usual winter? And we know we need the rain, particularly when we look at our Western Cape diam levels that have been declining throughout the summer. Dr. Christien Engelbrecht is the lead scientist for long-range forecasting at the SA Weather Service. Good morning, Christien. Really appreciate your time. How exactly does the South Atlantic high-pressure system influence not only wind during the summer months, but what is predicted to be less than usual rainfall here in the Western Cape come our usual rainy months over winter?
Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity, Lester. Yes, the South Atlantic high pressure system, usually during the winter, when the Cape doesn't receive the typical amount of rainfall that it should, the South Atlantic high pressure system plays a role in the sense that it influences how cold fronts make landfall over that part of the country. So there you are quite right. So typically then what happens is that the frontal systems are the track that they follow are more southward due to the position of the South Atlantic high pressure system. In summer, however, the southeasterlies are, especially for this time of the year, for the month of January, the southeasterlies are typically what one expects along the coastal areas of that part of the country. And here, when it comes to weather, it's usually not just one specific weather system that is key. It's especially what we refer to as an area of low pressure or trough along the west coast, and also a heat low that develops over the interior parts in combination with the position of the South Atlantic high pressure system that is responsible for southeasterly winds over those areas. So what has happened actually now over the past few weeks, December, January, is actually not the strength of the South Atlantic high pressure system that is the key player in causing also the what we experience as the stronger southeasterly winds, but it is the trough that is deeper or quite deep that then, in combination with the high pressure system, creates what we refer to as a pressure gradient, and that pressure gradient is quite strong, and therefore the result of the southeasterly winds that is so continuously blowing and that is quite strong. And I must say, it's not just along the Western Cape areas where the southeasterlies has really been active the past few weeks. It's actually all along the Cape South Coast, even in the areas as far east as Port Elizabeth or Tobega, especially over the past few weeks. The easterly winds is really being very active.
What other factors generally in typical years influence our winter rainfall, and how would that be different this year?
Okay, what I've just referred to now was for the summer part, but for the winter, and I must say, unfortunately, our most recent seasonal forecast is not very promising when it comes to, or looking promising when it comes to the rainfall over the Western Cape, for the extreme southwestern part of the Western Cape, there where you guys are situated, and for the eastwards along the coastal regions and adjacent interior for the next few months and into autumn, April, and as far as April, May, June, our latest seasonal forecast is indicating a rather below normal rainfall conditions. We must, however, realize this is still far into the future, so updates on this forecast are needed, and for that part of the country, seasonal forecasts are not as good as for example for the northeastern parts of the country. But the next few months look scary in terms of the onset of the winter rainfall. So this is really a matter of concern. And typically with the winter rainfall region, our main rainfall producing weather system are cold fronts. So this translates then to fewer cold fronts making landfall and moving over the country, over those areas.
Dr. Christien Engelbrecht, really appreciate your time. Lead scientist for long-range forecasting at the SA Weather Service. Cape Town water supply. Already our dams have declined through our summer months, well below last year. At roughly between 64 and 65% capacity at the moment. No water restrictions as yet in many parts of the Western Cape, but municipalities across the province proactively preparing or already imposing some form of restrictions as a response to a drier than usual winter that's expected.